What's up, guys? Back Media's here, and today we got Death Note Season 1, Episode 5, Tactics. Okay, this episode actually starts off with Light getting off the bus and seeing the dead criminal's bloody body, which still kind of gross, but anyway, and and Raye Penber's like, here, there's here, and he's like, here, here, yeah, and yeah. So then after we actually see Raye Penber's wife, actually fiance, sorry, not wife, and we see his fiance, and his fiance like, you were on a bus. And it's like, and he's like, there was a bus jacking, and she's like, there was a criminal who did a bus jacking, and she's like, did he die? And he's like, yeah. She actually says that. She's like, did he die? And he's like, I guess so. He got hit by a car. And yeah. Yeah. And yeah. So then he's Raye Penber's like to his fiance, you think that you're on this case, that you're not on the Kira case, and the only reason why we came to Japan in the first place was to meet your family, so I could meet your family. And yeah, so for some odd reason, Penber's at this like subway station where Light shows up in a hoodie, and he's in the back of him. He's like on the back of him, and he's like, hey, he's Kira, and he's like, if you don't do anything, I'll hurt your fiance, and if you don't turn around, I will hurt your fiance. And he's like, how do you know about her? How do you know about her? And he's like, if you don't turn around, I'll kill your fiance and your entire family. Yeah, that's some dark crap, like, dark crap. Telling some guy that you're gonna kill his family unless he doesn't do what you say, and he's like, you're gonna get on that train. You're gonna get on that train over there, and you're gonna write the name of some, yeah. And he gets on the train, he's like, how many people were brought into Japan? How many people did L bring to Japan? And he's like 4, he's like 12, and yeah, he's like, you're gonna write the names of the people that you work for. And he starts doing it, and yeah, and he gets off, and he starts feeling like starting to, and Raye Penber starts to die, and he's like, Light, Yagami, and Light's like, farewell, Raye Penber, and Raye Penber just dies, because Light comes to say that he touched the book of the death. He touched a ripped page of Death Note, meaning that he put down all the names of the people, meaning that he killed his boss and 12 agents. Or yeah, that's some dark stuff. And yeah, and his wife is like, Ray's dead. And then she's like, Kira murdered him, or Kira murdered him, and yeah, and yeah, and yeah, and then L is like, hey, you guys come over to my apartment. I meant come over. I'm living at a hotel, and they start and yeah, and they start telling. Actually, before that, they're telling about the killings, and they're like, how can we not trust him? How can we trust Kira? He calls this justice. Kira's a murderer, and yeah, and and then Elle's like, hey, come over to my place, and come over to my place, come over to my place, and they start going over, and then Raye Penber's wife, fiance, which I'm gonna call Naomi, because that's her name. She starts like, I think she's gonna start her own investigation into Kira now, because Kira killed her husband. Kira killed the person. Light killed her husband because he was following Light, and or Watari was following Light. I don't know which one, but one of them was following Light. So Light killed Raye Penber because he thought he was following him, and now Naomi, Raye Penber's wife, is gonna start her own investigation. Yeah, and then in a dinner scene, which was earlier on in the episode, it was like, hey dad, you're the best dad for taking down Kira, and I'm gonna make sure Kira has executed, which that's to like throw off their scent. He's trying to like say that he's the best for trying to take down Kira when he's Kira himself. Actually, yeah. Wait, what's Ryukin this episode? Ryukin had one scene in this episode, but yeah. So basically, that wraps up this episode. Okay, so this episode was dark. It was dark because Ryu, no, why did I say Ryu? Light killed Raye Penber, and unknowing to Raye Penber, Light made him killed other agents, courtesy of Raye Penber, because Raye Penber didn't know that he was being fooled by Light to kill other agents, so we can say this is Light's fault. We can say it's Light's fault because Light didn't know, because Light knew what he was doing, because that's why, just like in episode 3, when he took another page out of Death Note and made that criminal see Ryuk, and that caused to the criminal's death. This time, he made Penber touch right on the Death Note, which killed Penber, because Penber probably put his own name. I don't know. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and we guys have a wonderful afternoon. I'll see you next Death Note. Okay, I'm going to